My name is Whitney Belvedere and I'm 9 years old. These are my parents and I'm living with epilepsy.
When Whitney was about 4 years old, we started noticing some weird things where her eyes would roll in the middle of a sentence. She would lose her train of thought. She would stop talking. And I really picked up on it pretty quickly. And I kept saying to my husband, something's not right.
We saw, a very bright girl with a, fantastic vocabulary. We're like, how is she struggling in school? It didn't make sense.
Finally, for her 6-year-old physical, we went to her general practitioner, where at the very end he said, is there any other questions that you have for us? And I said, yes, she's still having those episodes where her eyes are rolling in the back of her head and she stops talking mid-sentence. And her general practitioner, with his very thick Caribbean accent, told us that it sounded like something called petit mal seizures, which are now called absence seizures. So we went the next day. We had her sleep-deprived EEG at Albany Med, where they called us within 5 hours to tell us the results, that she was having multiple frequent seizures throughout the day. Within the test alone, she had, I think it was like 25 or 30. Our doctor really wanted us to get in immediately and see a neurologist. We went and we met with Dr. Pugh within 24 hours of that appointment, and he just was amazing. He made us feel comfortable. I cried. We laughed a little bit. And he just put things into perspective for us.
Whitney has a relatively common pediatric epilepsy called childhood absence epilepsy. This is an epilepsy condition commonly diagnosed in the early school-age years, so between kindergarten and 2 years of age. It's characterized by very, very brief, subtle seizures, which can often go unrecognized. So it's almost like someone presses the pause button on your life. So I remember when we had little tape decks, and you could record on a tape, and you could play your tape, and you press the pause button, and it would just pause for a few seconds. And that's almost what your brain does during these seizures. They're relatively brief, and they only last the 5 to 10 seconds. So you just miss little snippets of the world around you.
Dr. Pugh has been one of those doctors that will actually take his time to talk to us, to educate us, to help us to understand what we're dealing with as parents. We were kind of blindsided with this diagnosis, and he really was able to break it down for us.
Now that Dr. Pugh has adjusted my medication, everything's going really good. I haven't had a seizure.
So over the summer, Whitney did a national commercial in New York City to raise awareness to end epilepsy.
I just want to help other kids to just feel comfortable telling people they have epilepsy. So
I think that she's doing really well. I feel like we have a lot of support from Dr. Pugh and Albany Med Neurology.
The wonderful thing about childhood absence epilepsy is generally the prognosis is very good. Most children will outgrow these seizures in a matter of years.
So right now we just take it day by day, and we celebrate every day when she is healthy and happy, and we love seeing her like that.